Hello everyone, welcome to Gist on the Street. Welcome to what is trending today in the United States of America. Right now, the Florida government are planning, in short, is in motion already. They are planning to start allowing kids from age 14 above to start working. Already, some of them do work, but they are not allowed to do overnight. But right now, they are planning to allow them to start doing overnight jobs and all that, and this is due to the shortage of manpower, of labor in the economy, because because of the mass deportation of illegal immigrants. And you know that illegal immigrants are the one that does the minor jobs in America, and so therefore they've been a huge shortage in the economy and the growth of the economy as well too. So now what is happening is that a lot of mothers are raging and they are complaining about this new law, that it is not right and is not good. Florida citizens are complaining, as well as American citizens are complaining. So sit back and watch these reactions from these people, these mothers.
We have some news right now. Florida is now debating possibly lifting child labor laws in an effort to fill jobs that were previously filled by undocumented immigrants. This is kind of one of those F around and find out moments. The Florida legislature is now actively debating a bill that would loosen child labor laws in the state and would allow children as young as 14 years old to work overnight shifts. Right now, teenagers in Florida are not able to work past 11 p.m. or before 6:30 a.m. But this new bill would lift those restrictions even on school days and allow these children to work overnight shifts. And the reason for this is because Florida now has a job shortage problem. And before I continue, TikTok could be banned in 10 days, so if you don't follow me on my Substack, Instagram, or YouTube, they're all linked in my bio. With Donald Trump's deportations increasing and anti-immigrant rhetoric increasing in the state of Florida, you have more jobs that are being opened up. And now the Florida legislature wants to fill these jobs that have been filled before by undocumented immigrants with young children, thereby loosening child labor laws in the process. I'll do a full breakdown of this and more on my Substack. Follow along for all the news you need to know about.
The state of Florida is considering loosening child labor laws because they can't fill jobs because they're scaring away all the undocumented immigrants. The proposal would allow children to work earlier than 6:30 in the morning and later than 11 p.m. at night. It would also allow 14-year-olds to work night shifts even on school days. It would also end guaranteed meal breaks for 16 to 17-year-olds. This is obviously due to both state and federal efforts to scare away immigrants in the state of Florida. It's almost like immigrants are necessary for the economy. This, my friends, is F around and find out.
All right, y'all, blessed be the fruit. So today we're here to talk about Florida. So Florida has some job vacancies that have been left by migrants because either they're scared to come to work, or they've been deported, or they're sitting in a detention facility or whatever. But whatever the issue is, now they have a shortage of people to do these jobs, that they were stealing from white people. Those jobs, guess who's not doing them? The white people that they apparently stole the jobs from. So in the Florida Senate today, the Tourism and Commerce Committee passed a bill that will now go out to the full Senate. And in that bill, they were like, you know what? 14-year-olds. Let's loosen our child labor laws. 14-year-olds who are homeschooled or go to an online school can now work overnight shifts to kind of fill this gap. So I guess overnight shifts, the jobs that are stereotypically done by migrants. So these 14-year-old kids who cannot drive cars, okay, they don't have a driver's license, they can work 14-hour shifts even on school nights because they're homeschooled or go to an online school. Yeah, I can't imagine what issues could possibly come up by putting 14-year-olds to work with grown adult people in overnight shifts when the kids have no transportation and no way to leave. That does not at all sound dangerous. So some kids did go up, I guess, to testify against this. And they were like, yeah, no, thank you. Like, this is a really bad idea. Like, even the children get it. And one smart aleck congressman was like, this isn't like the jungle with Upton Sinclair. We're not putting them in meatpacking plants. But aren't you? Like, where are you putting them? Because stereotypical jobs, and where the hell is a kid going to work an overnight shift? I'm not saying it's gonna be a meat packing plant, but something like that. And y'all, you can bet your sweet patootie that the people who are making these laws and making it to where 14-year-olds can go work overnight shifts, whether it's a school night or not, you can bet that their kids won't be doing this. No, they'll continue with their privileged lives, going to their private schools and having somebody to wait on them and never wanting for anything in their life except for probably love and the ability to be who God made them to be. Aside from that, they'll want for nothing. They're not going to be the ones who are working overnight in a orchard or washing dishes or whatever. So kids as young as 14, overnight shifts. No, this is a bunch of horse shit, is exactly what it is. I mean, yay, they're kind of giving Texas a break, although I'm going to be back later on with some Texas news that's stupid too. But y'all, we're going backwards. Like, child labor laws were put into place for a reason. So now we're going backwards. And you know what this is going to create? Which is what they want. Starting from DC all the way down, especially down here in these southern states. They want a class of uneducated people who will work for low wages and who will be trapped. There's no way out. You don't have the education. You can't move up. 14 years old working overnight, doing whatever the hell. You're not going to do your schoolwork. And if it's homeschool, well, I think in Florida they actually do have standards around their homeschool. But anyway, so I feel like this is all part of a bigger plan. Destroy education, put 14-year-olds to work, overnight shifts, low and uneducated working class who will work for low wages because they don't have any other options. This is the spinoff of America. All right. Praise be. Praise be. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Watching. Thank you for watching up till now. I'm very grateful. We are very grateful on Just on the Street. So, what do you think about this new law that's about to be signed? What do you think about it? As I've shown you, raging mothers, people complain about this. You know that the Floridian or the American government, Republican to be precise, are trying to balance the economy. Because of the weight of the illegal workers in America, illegal immigrants in America, the weight they carry in the economy is so much. So now Americans, Floridian government are trying to balance it up, and so by reducing the age of workers, and people that can also do overtime as well. So they've reduced it drastically to 14 and more than, and people are really, 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 really complaining. What is your thought on this? What is your opinion about this? Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. God bless you.